Well, I was just saying, we had talked with you about the organ that we brought with us from Greenville Boulevard. Also, the pews were refurbished and brought into this location as well. Of course, the Christmas decorations came with us, and those are some of the things in here. The stained glass in this sanctuary is all new and built for this location.
The chairs in the chancel area were from the 8th Street building. Those chairs are over 100 years old. And the story is told that the mother of some of our current members who are in their 90s sold lemonade to raise money to buy those chairs in honor of her parents. Helped to raise money for those chairs.
Yeah.
There's a beautiful combination of new and tradition as well.
Tell me about the windows.
They start on this first one on the right and tell the story of Jesus, his birth, and then as a little boy in the temple, and then his baptism, and then
Comes back to the front, I believe.
no, this one here is the Transfiguration,
That's right.
and then the angel at his resurrection, and then the ascension with the Lord's table in the center.
Huh.
The one with the angel that you just moved past is a replica of one of those old windows that we moved over from 8th Street Christian Church. The larger one in the hallway that's a duplicate of that one.
Because we celebrate communion every Sunday, and it is the center of our worship, and Jesus' celebration of communion with the disciples is at the center of the sanctuary, as is our communion table. We celebrate or follow the church year calendar, so we're in the season of Advent, which is why we have purple, and the Advent wreath is up on the right. The liturgical colors change depending on the season of the year.
So what else is important historically about this church?
Historically about this church, the women have been in leadership within the Christian Church Disciples of Christ since the 1800s. And in this congregation, I believe we had women on the board as early as 1935, I think. We have elders and deacons who are women and have had since the 60s, I believe.
And like I say, just had a long presence in Greenville, about 110 years. Church began over on Dickinson Avenue, and they moved over to 8th Street, and from 8th Street we moved over to Greenville Boulevard, and now we're on 14th Street. Has been an influential church within town, and had a lot of good leaders within the church that have served with distinction within the city of Greenville. Okay. Once again, they've done a good job at bringing history over with them from the previous churches. The chandelier was in the Greenville church in the sanctuary. And what else in here, Mary Beth? A lot of these decorations for this room they've purchased for this particular room.
Yeah.
On this wall back here, you can see some of two of the previous locations. This is the Dickinson Avenue Christian Church. That was the first building that we have a record of that the church was in. This is the 8th Street Christian Church. A lot of the churches in this area are built with this architecture style. It was an Akron plan on the inside, which had everything kind of slanting down toward the pulpit, with the center pulpit. The church in Kinston is similar to that. The church in Washington is similar to that. The church in Grimesland. So a lot of that architecture in this area. This is another shot of the building. And now they're calling this the cupola building because of the dome on the top is apparently called a cupola. But that was the 8th Street Christian Church.
And that's the building that's been renovated downtown, and
Yeah.
the TAF office supply's done a beautiful job of
These two.
renovating.
And this is the building that the stained glass in the hall were taken from and brought over. We don't have a photograph of the Greenville Boulevard church on this wall. We do have one right around the corner here. In a
Okay.
One of the really neat things that I love about this church is having 4 generations of one family here and participating. Just the history that accompanies that.
So this is the 100th anniversary of the...
This was done 10 years ago on their 100th anniversary.